Today we're back with the disaster that is my Thuja. In the last video I said I was going to wire some branches, which I've done here. It doesn't really make any sense until it's up at this angle. To be fair, the whole thing doesn't make any sense. But it has got some nice roots. That's probably all it's got going for it. So here in January you'll see there's an airlayer. So I might have got a bit excited last October and did this. Partly as an experiment to see if it would work at this time of year, and partly because I've only got one of these trees, so if I can have two, that would be nice. I had decided I was going to cut this branch off in winter, so it's coming off, hopefully with roots, but if not, that's fine. Either way, it's coming off. So here you can see the foliage is nice and green, but the foliage on the air layer isn't looking so fresh, so it's not looking too hopeful. So in April I think it's time we tried to sort this out a bit. You can see the healthy foliage is starting to grow. I don't really know how to describe it. It's basically the buds are swelling at the tips. So it's a good time to repot anyway. The air layer still looks rough and I'm sure it's not going to help when I repot it. So this tree has been somewhat neglected. It has two pots, as the inner one was so damaged by the sun it cracked, so I just put the second pot on to keep it together. It's absolutely wrecked. But the root ball is looking quite good. This tree had been in a bigger pot, but I quickly put it in this one last year when I moved. It was leaning over as it got knocked over in transit. I also cut the top off before I left London so it would fit in the box, which was definitely a mistake. I found this tree growing in the communal garden and I air layered the top off. You can see the stump where I removed the air layer from the main tree. It's actually a really good root spread. I might have ended up with a decent tree if I hadn't cut the top off. But hopefully I can still turn it into something. Also, the fact I'm doing this now with an air layer on it is so dumb. But I've decided to remove the branch. I'd rather try and experiment with it first rather than just take it straight off. I've got nothing to lose. So after washing the roots, I give them a quick trim. I also cut out this plastic and put it onto the roots, just to help spread them out as they seem to want to point straight down. I don't know, hopefully it will help a bit. So I just put it in this training pot. I think this will be a better shape for the roots compared to the flower pot it had been in. I then watered it in and added a layer of sphagnum on top. So the thick branch at the top is being removed at some point. But I also said I'd get rid of the thick branch near the bottom, which is what I'm doing here. Well, I removed all the foliage. the main branch can stay for now. Maybe it will be a bit of dead wood in the future. I'm leaving the two lower, smaller branches for now. I'll definitely get rid of one. Well, they're kind of a bit too low, so I'll probably remove both of them. For now, they are just helping keeping the tree healthy. So in May, that air layer is looking very dead. There's just another bit of ugly on this tree right now. And here is that thick branch with no foliage on it. So in June, not much has changed. There's a few little dead bits here and there, but nothing to worry about. I was going to remove the air layer as it's clearly dead, but I was a bit busy with life, so I never actually got around to it. And well, I'm glad I didn't remove it, as a few weeks later it's greened up, which makes no sense, but clearly you can see it's green. This tree is such a mess, but it is growing. The pot is full of liverwort, but there is a top layer of sphagnum, so it's sort of just growing on that. And if we look at the air layer, you can see roots. It seems to have pulled through somehow. I was thinking about removing the air layer now, but I'm just going to wait until spring, just to be safe. I will do a video on how to air layer at some point. But for now, this ugly tree is just going to have to wait until the new year. Then I can try and move it forward a few steps and hopefully get it looking good again. Thanks for watching. See you next time.